Let me ask you a question. On behalf of Robert Kiyosaki, do you have more than $1,000 in your savings account?
Let's see here now.
Do you know that you're actually losing money every year on that savings account?
I see trees of green. I see them. Good morning, social media. For me and you. We'll open up think to myself. While we wait for people to join the room. Listening to Louis Armstrong's Wonderful World. I hope that the copyright police don't get me for this, but if they do, skies are blue. I'll have to mute this portion of the opening. But I thought that I would play this old school song as we wait for the room to fill. Think to myself, happy that you're here early. What a wonderful world. I like this song. Actually, it's one of my favorites. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies. And this listening to Louis as the room fills. And we'll get going in a couple of minutes. I see friends shaking hands. The copyright police doesn't like me playing certain songs, but since this is an old song, I'm hoping that there's no one. I hope it doesn't have any copyright restrictions on it. We'll find out. I watched them grow. Glad that you're here early. They're not much spread the word. I never know. Yeah. And I think to myself. Yes. What a wonderful spinning. Glad you're here early. Yes, I think to myself. What a wonderful world. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
There are 2,700 robocalls made every second in the U.S. You might have been on the receiving end of one.
Okay. All right. Got a couple of minutes, maybe 1 minute or so before we start our spin class at 7 o'clock. Let me check my time. I'm happy that you are here. Yep, it's right on time, so let me go here. Okay. Rise and shine. Welcome to the Rise and Shine spin class of the Possibility Action Network. Happy that you're here today. We're just going to spend a few moments warming up. Rise and Shine spin, offered by the Possibility Action Network. And your guide is Possibility Man. I am thrilled to be here. Thrilled that you're here. So let's get into our warm up for about 2 minutes or so. So if you're on your bike, I want you to pedal nice and slowly. If you're stepping, just step nice and slowly. Let's get our heart rate up. If you're sitting, remember the runner's position. Move those arms, move those arms, move those arms. We're just warming up. We're going to get our heart rate up. Now, if you're on your bike, I want you to hold on to the handlebar. If you're standing, I want you to just go as slow as you can to move. I want you to take your right shoulder and push it down. Push your right shoulder down and your left shoulder up to your ear. Hold it for about 30 seconds or so. Okay, now put your left shoulder down. Left shoulder down. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Yes. Now I want you to push your right shoulder out. Just push your right shoulder out away from your back wall. and your left shoulder out, away from your left back wall. Okay, now I want you to shrug your shoulders. Shrug your shoulders. Okay, right into the first one, so pick it up some. Pick it up a little bit. Feel the music. This is your exercise. This is your exercise. I hope that you have some water and a towel to wipe off. If you have not, if this is exercise again new to you, and if you have not consulted your doctor, take it easy. Talk to your doctor as soon as you can. Let them know that you've started an exercise program. I assure you, your doctor will be thrilled, but you want to make sure that you are in a position where you can start an exercise program. Okay, let's pick it up. We're going to do a little good hiking now. Let's pick it up. If you're standing, stepping, come on. Move those legs. Move those legs. Come on. If you're running, come on. Move those legs. Those hands. Yep, let's pick it up some. Keep moving. Now, if you've been exercising with me, I don't know how many times we've done this now. I exercise mostly every day, mostly 6 days a week, anywhere from 50 to 70 miles a week. I try to do 8 to 10, let's say 8 to 12 miles a day, sometimes 10, sometimes 12, sometimes 13. Try to keep it going. And I'll tell you what I've noticed. And maybe you have noticed the same thing. My endurance is better. My endurance is better. I can go without feeling winded. I got to work harder to get myself winded. I can go longer. I can go deep into my exercise because I've been doing it consistently. The same probably applies to you. So keep it going. Keep it going. If you're standing, stepping, come on. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Pick them up, pick them up, keep it up. Yeah, there, that's right, step. Yep. If you're running from a seated position, run with those hands. Yeah. Happy that you're here, happy that you're here. Now, you can be seated. Everyone is not in a position to stand. Seated position is fine. Remember, the runner's position. Keep those hands going. We'll jazz it, put them up. We want to get your heart rate up. Okay, we're going to change gears now. All right. Get a quick drink if you need to. Get a quick drink of water. Get a sip of your water and towel off. We're going to pick it up in a moment. You're listening to the soundtrack of the Possibility Action Network. We were flagged when we played some of the songs that I like and that some of you like. So we got our own soundtrack. This is the first one. Okay, we're going to change gears a little bit here. Feel the music. Keep it going. Remember to take care of yourself. This is your exercise, right? If you feel a little funny, you know what to do. All right, let's slow down or stop today. Make sure that you check yourself out with the doctor. Let him or her know that you are engaged in an exercise program. If you're seated, remember, move those hands. Move those hands. Also, if you're seated, or if you're standing as well, get a can of soup. Maybe about a 10-inch high can, 12-inch high can, and just both hands. Keep it going. These are ways to build strength. So the things that you can do from a seated position, it doesn't mean that you cannot do anything. You can do something. Okay? Continue to watch what you consume. I know there'll be times when you're going to, just celebrate with your family or things like that. I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm going to eat some things that I shouldn't eat very often. But as best we can, take care of ourselves. Okay. So, since this is a monologue, I don't have to say anything, but I want to say something here and there. But since this is a monologue, I want to share with you what occurred to me when I started, before we started spinning. I had just a few minutes with Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. And I've thought this before, but this morning was a reminder. I looked at his face. I looked at him. And here's this man singing at a time when, let's face it, people who looked like him were not welcomed by the majority. But Louis Armstrong was irresistible. Now, we'll start with the word this morning and see where it goes, okay? Louis Armstrong was irresistible. Let me tell you just a little bit about him. Just a little bit about that trumpeter who was on the planet for a short time. Once he began performing in the clubs and venues of the majority, the feeling was that because he was a dark-skinned man, that audiences would not accept him. That was the feeling. And you know what they did? I kid you not. They put up a curtain, and Louis Armstrong had to sing from behind the curtain because of the color of his skin. But Louis Armstrong said, okay, he understood. He said, that's about them. He understood that people can have confused thoughts. This is what he understood. People can be confused about a lot of things. And when people believe in things that they don't understand, they are the ones suffering. But here's the deal. Louis Armstrong began to sing songs, some of his earliest songs before 67 when the beautiful What a Wonderful World came out. And Louis Armstrong was so compelling in his song. Now remember, he didn't have which we call a beautiful voice, right? He was not melodic like Nat King Cole, he was not the later artist, what's his name? Marvin Gaye or Smokey Robinson. He wasn't a melodic singer. Okay, let's pick it up some. But Louis Armstrong, here's the word again, was irresistible. He was irresistible. He was playing so audiences cheered, women, just screamed with pleasure, men raised their hands. Oh, Louis Armstrong was irresistible. And then the audiences, the ones, they had to see this man who was behind the curtain. They had to see him. Now, Louis Armstrong was behind the curtain, not because he felt badly about himself, by the way. Let me add that parenthetically. Louis Armstrong went to get the money. He said, look, I got some money in this building. I'm going to go in this building and take some of that money out of it. That's why I'm here. And if people have confused thoughts about something, that's their problem. He said, I'm not going after the money. So he went after the money. Okay. All right. So, anyway, Louis Armstrong was so irresistible that audiences began to slow it down just a little bit, get a quick sip, and towel off. Audiences began to say, bring him out. We want to see him. Who is this genius with the trumpet? Who is this genius with this unique voice? And then Louis Armstrong came from behind the curtain. People could not resist him. They could not resist him because he was irresistible. Irresistible. He was so powerful. Now, someone could have said, well, Louis, someone probably told him that earlier. You know, Louis, stick with playing the trumpet. You know what I mean? Hey, man, you're good playing the trumpet. Don't you dare sing. You don't have one of those voices to sing. Playing the trumpet, you're skilled at that. But Louis said, no, I want to sing. I got a song in my heart. You got to love it. He had to say it because if you haven't listened to him in a while, listen to him. You will not, you close your eyes, and his voice is compelling. You will not be able to ignore him. But in terms, he was not a Nat King Cole, in terms of voice quality. No speech coach would say that he had the voice that would be, you know, a top seller, that kind of thing. But he was compelling. How was he compelling? He was irresistible. How was he irresistible? He put something in it. Okay, so how does that apply to you and me? All right. So here, man, you know, approaching 70 years old. You gotta love it. Muscular dystrophy in my body. You gotta love it. I'm on my bike. You gotta love it. And I'm pedaling away. You gotta love it. I'm moving, I'm grooving. I'm putting something in it. That's what we say. That's what Louis did. He put something into those songs. And when you listen to him, because he put so much in it, not only the words, but his spirit, his heart, Lord have mercy, Louis Armstrong was irresistible. So how do I get the best out of my body? Put something in it, boy. Put something in it, son. Put something in it. What about you? What about you? Put something in it. Now, it's a monologue. I wish we could have a dialogue. Keep spinning. I'll just go where it goes for a little while. How does that apply to something else? Again, I'll start with myself. You've heard me tell this story before. And you have the same story. Your people in your family have the same story. Put something in it. Born in 1954. I was 1954. The year went in May. The United States Supreme Court. Pick it up, son. All right, put something in it. Put something in it. Put something in it. Hey, we need to talk about these stories more often. Put something in it. Be irresistible. Put something in it. Be irresistible. Put something in it. So, the U.S. Supreme Court outlawed racial segregation, legal racial segregation in 1954. In May of that year, I was born on the planet for about 6 months. So I lived for 6 months, January to May, well 5 months, January to May, when the laws of this country said that people of European ancestry and people of African ancestry could not commingle on terms of equality. That's where I started. Now my parents started in a worse condition, but that's where my life started. I remember as a boy, I don't recall how old I was, when I went to the doctor, my mother took me to the doctor, I saw separate waiting rooms. I was 6 years old, I don't believe. All I have is the memory. Don't have any knowledge of it from that time. All right, get a little water, towel off. Get a little water, towel off. But I do recall those separate waiting rooms. Didn't know why. That's what I saw growing up. Segregated schools, racially. One school for the children of Africa, one school for the children of Europe. That's where I started. When you're talking about put something in it, I feel my relatives, you know the story. You got similar stories. If you've heard me talk before, you know the stories. Cotton fields, cornfields, hog pens, mule, picking cotton, blah, 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 blah. Now you know the story, you know the drill. Summer jobs, pulling weeds at a place called Rocks Pond. I think before I was 10 years old. If you know anything about Cross, right at the line, county line, there's a place, I believe just before the county line, called Rocks Pond. I remember pulling weeds, doing some work around there, picking up brushes, clearing a space for vacationers, knowing that I could never vacation there at that time, before I was 13 years old. And the person who was supervising us boys, he just called all of, okay, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. My Lord, he just called all of us dillies. Hey, you dillies. Hey, you dillies. Hey, you dillies. So, you know, call dillies a lot. We're talking about put something in it. Put something in it. Put something in it. And let the universe take care of the rest. That's what I'm talking about. Give you an example of where I started. I remember in my mid-teens, probably about 14, 15, I don't recall exactly, one of my brothers and I, my number 2 brother, his nickname was Buck. We were working for a shopkeeper and farmer whose name was Causey. A Klansman working in this field. And one day, this man was working us and he didn't want us to stop for lunch. He said he would go to the store and get us some sweet rolls. And we could eat that for lunch, but he wanted us to continue working. Something in it. Talking about Louis Armstrong, he was irresistible because he put something in it. I'm giving you a story, my story. Put something in it. Look at this guy. Causey said to us, he asked us this question, well, don't you know who you are? Buck and I don't look, you know what he was talking about. Then Causey told us, he said, you are African chimps. That's what he told us. You're African chimps. My brother and I walked out of the field. I said to say, that's where I got started. Years later, after finishing school, Causey and his wife were living in a trailer that no longer worked in stores. I remember some experience in those stores. When I went to the store to buy something, for example, his wife would not give me change in my hand. She would put the money on the counter. And she was a preacher too, at least that's what she said. I had to grab the money from off the counter. That's where I started. But anyway, when I got my doctorate, I knocked on that door. Because I had put something into it. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. So no matter what your circumstances are, no matter if someone like Louis Armstrong was told, no doubt, he didn't have the right voice, he was a trumpeter, he should speak with the trumpet. But he loved singing, and he put something in it. So I want to encourage you now, today, put something in it. Okay, get some water, towel off, put something in it. Now, you got to put something into something. If you say, I'm willing, but I don't know what, then there's nothing for you to put something into. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta say something like, I know a guy, I lived in Mississippi for 11 years. And I know a guy named Bobby Miller. Oh, I shouldn't use his last name without permission. Bobby. And this guy, served in the military and finished up that service and a very independent guy. And he decided that he didn't want to work for anybody else. So he just had the thought, the more inspirational, become a truck driver. So he went to get his CDL, Certified Driver's License. Began to, a couple of guys like that in Mississippi. Another guy named James, got their CDLs. And began to put something into it. And both of those guys worked independently their entire adult life by putting something in it. They packed something in particular. So that's my encouragement to you. Now, you've been asking, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do, you asked. Well, Louis Armstrong discovered that there was something he wanted to do from the inside. That is, whatever it is, something from the inside was encouraging him to play music and to sing. My guess is I would wager that that's happening for you right now. That you don't know why. There's just something you want to do. You know, you go to bed at night, you're just thinking, boy, if I could do that, you might say, you're not even sure that you could. If I could do that, you might say, if I could do that. You wake up in the morning, gosh, if I could find a way to do that. Okay, let's pick it up a little bit. I say to you, that's the thing you want to pay attention to. Because that could very easily be your higher self telling you, guiding you, pointing you to that place. I said test it out. You're not going to know until you test it out. Now, don't confuse not easy, don't confuse challenging with you're not supposed to do it, okay? Don't make that, don't cross those things. Challenging is just challenging. Some things are challenging at first. Some things are challenging at first. Sometimes the universe asks, do you really want it? Your yes is, you continue to put something in it, like Louis Armstrong. He continued to put something in it. He made himself irresistible by putting something in it. That's the word. He put something in it, and each one of us can put something in it. Okay, I'm going to let you spin for a while, or walk for a while. I'll return to the monologue in a moment. Keep pumping, keep going, keep moving. Yeah. If you aren't spinning, you aren't winning. I am so grateful I'm able to get on this bike this morning and pedal away. In spite of everything, I'm pedaling. You are stepping. You are moving those hands. Keep it going. Remember next Saturday, I'm migrating from my personal Facebook page to the Possibility Action Network Facebook page. I don't know how it's going to work technically. Maybe it's seamless, but just look for me. Send me a friend request, the Possibility Action Network, or maybe it'll, this is public, so maybe you'll see it no matter where you are. So we'll see how it works next Saturday. Spread the word for me. Let's build up this room. Let's exercise. Let's do a little bit for our bodies. How about that? If you aren't spinning, you're not winning. Also, Tuesday next week at 7 o'clock p.m., I'll be launching the Possibility Action Hour with the Possibility Action Network. If you want to join me for that hour of possibility power, send an email to iampossibilityman@gmail.com. Okay, get some water and top off. Get some water and towel off. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Send a message to I am Possibility Man for an hour on Zoom. You don't have to be visible. You can turn off your camera, or you can listen on your telephone. An hour of power with Possibility Man. We're going to put something into it. Yeah, we're going to put something into it. We'll see what happens. We're going to put something into it. Be like Louis Armstrong. Become irresistible by putting something into it. We're going to, down the road, invite guests into the Possibility Action Hour. I will not be recording these. To give people free coaching around 4 core areas that I'm concerned about. 1, optimal physical health. Bring in some people who know something about that. 2, emotional wellness. We do a lot around that. In some cultures, it's a subject that's almost never talked about. One of these days I may do a video on that. In some cultures, if you are, I'll just say this, if you are a black American and you happen to be stuck in a thought that doesn't serve you, the chances are very little that anyone in your community will be available to talk with you. And that's just not me, that's statistics. I heard a woman once who gave a TED Talk. No, I'm not going to go in there today. Back up. Period, full stop on that one. All right, so emotional wellness 3. Another area, pick it up. Another area of interest to me is financial fitness. You can be physically fit. Actually, if you're not financially fit, the chances are go up that you're not going to be emotionally healthy and that you're not going to be physically healthy. If you check it out, finances go up, the person is happier. I'm not saying that money makes you happy. I'm not saying that. But if finances go up, the person is happier, emotionally healthier. Finances go up, the person is physically healthier. That's the way it works. I don't know why it works that way. Well, I have some theories, but that's the way it works. So I care about financial fitness. Now here's what I've discovered. And I'll just say this one thing. It's not that you can't make money in America. I'm telling you that now. That's not the problem. The issue is someone has convinced you that you cannot make money in America. You've been convinced of it. Convinced of it. I want to support you in shifting that idea, that false idea, from you not being able to make money to you make money. We want to support you in that. We're going to bring some people onto the Possibility Action Network Hour to support you in that area. The 4th area is not a part of our core values, but it's something that I care about. Okay, let's pick it up. Something I care about, and that is our children. Let me ask you this. Let's put a note in the text box if you don't have an answer for me. When is the last time you had a conversation with an adult about the education of our children? About the graduation rates of our children from high school? About the percentage of our children going to college and trade school after graduation? How many of you have had a conversation with someone about our children expressing an early interest in science and math and technology, business? When's the last time you had that type of conversation about kids passing, doing well on standardized tests? That we shift the narrative that they can't to they can. There's some children in Asia who may not be able to speak English, and this is not racism, pleased with hearing this, some don't hear that. But some of these kids, they learn to pass the test because they're taught to pass tests. So I say, our children have an innate ability, like any other child, to succeed. And I don't believe we are talking, when I say we, I mean the whole world, not just one demographic. I don't think we're talking about this enough. So I care about that. Possibility Action Hour, Network Hour, is going to be an hour of power. When we leave there, not only should we be motivated, I don't want to motivate anyone. I want someone to discover, to realize their value. This is not about motivation. Possibility Action Hour is not about motivation or positive thinking. We want to go beyond positive thinking. We want to go beyond motivation. We want to participate. We want you to participate with me. I want you to do the same for me. To discover something that's deeper, that's innate, that never leaves or forsakes. It's not about religion, by the way, but there's got to be more to a human being than what you see in the mirror. We want to put people in touch with that, to fan the flame around that, so that when we walk through this planet, we are like Louis Armstrong. Yes, we can put something into it. We are irresistible. We attract money even. You can attract money. Did you know that? Back in the day, young people will not know this name, but look it up. Reverend Ike. Now a lot of people, he was from my home state, South Carolina. A lot of people dismissed him at the time because he always talked about money, Reverend Ike. And he would say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. You gotta love it. Reverend Ike was like Louis Armstrong when it came to talking about money. And he would tell you, he would say, money, money, money. Come to me, money, come to me. He said, well, money's out in the world. He said, money's in the world. And guess what? It's not possible for any person to hold on to their money. You got to spend money. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it works. Money is energy. Money got to flow. Money got to flow. Okay, I tell you what, this week, try to hold on to your money. Hold on to your money. Now, I'm not saying you can't save money. That's not the point. The point is that money is in flow. Money is in motion. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. If you're running, keep moving. If you want to jazz it up, put more into it. Remember what I showed you earlier. Right? Punch, 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 punch. Block, 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 block. High block, 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 block. Keep it going. Keep it going. Get that heart rate up. Put something into it. But money's here. Money's looking for a place. You gotta spend it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't care who you are. And some of that money belongs to me. Yeah. Some of the money out there belongs to me. And I want to call that money to me. Well, my money. Like Reverend Ike said, where are you, money? Come to me, money. Money is good. So we want to shift this narrative away from no money, can't make money, to some people are lucky, some people make money. Oh, they were born in the lucky stars, or they blah, blah, blah. They got whatever. You can make some money. Doesn't matter. Some of them say, well, Middleton, are you all poor? No, we're not poor. This is not the poor group. This is the Possibility Network. Possibility Action Network group. I'll show you something. I'm going to tell you something. Join me in bringing 1,000 people to associate with the Possibility Action Network. Now, I'm not asking you for your money. This is one thing that's going to distinguish me from Grant Cardone and a lot of these other guys who are selling their programs on the internet. I'm not going to sell you anything. But I want to associate with you. And I guarantee you this. Help me spread the word. Bring in 1,000 people, possibility thinkers, just a desire, who want to do something. And I'll guarantee you by December, I'll show you how to produce at least $1,000 residual income every month. Just keep coming in. I guarantee it. I believe it's possible. And I'm willing to put something into it. I'm willing to put something into it to make it happen. I'm willing to show up every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time talking about possibilities. I'm willing to train, show people educational programs. Look, you tell me what your dream is, and I want the Possibility Action Network and its associates to support you in that. I was looking at a training program of one of my colleagues last night, an online program, and in it, she and her husband wrote that the world is actually projected. That your world is not out there that comes back to you. That your world leaves you and is projected from you. That whatever you see out there is your projection. That is by you, I mean in people, individuals, projection. It's a lot like going to a movie. Can you imagine going to a movie or watching a TV show with someone, it could be your kids even, and the kids are like this. And you're just having a great time. Your kids are like, and he said, well, aren't you enjoying? No, I don't watch that. Right? And then the kids pick a program, and they're just so excited. And then you're sitting, Mama, Daddy, watch my program. Yeah. Why is that? Both of you are seeing the same image, but you have different reactions to that image. Why? Because the image is not primary. It's what comes out of you that's in primary. That applies to everything. Everything. And as you go through the world, you're going to encounter people with their projections on you. Now, what we can learn is that it's their projection. See, you can even smile. Oh, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. He's like that. That's the kind that he is. That's his projection. The question is, am I going to take on the projection of being the things that he or she is limited? Because before someone can diss on you, they got to believe in their own limitation. I'll tell you that now. No one who believes in their value, in their power, in their identity, in their cohesiveness with source, with energy, would ever diss on another human being. It just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. You got to be filled with self-loathing, even if you pretend that you have it all together or she has it all together. I guarantee it. They're gonna be filled with self-loathing. Before a human being can try to put down another human being, something got to be on it. Don't forget, hydrate, towel off. Still targeted, put something into it. The Possibility Action Network wants to will put something into it. Everyone is not going to like you because it's all projection, right? Some of them offer projection. I'll tell you something. It's really true. I listen to the projections of others and the thought projections of others for so long. I believed in their projections. They said, well, you aren't a good teacher. You aren't a good communicator. I used to believe that. That I was not. Some of my colleagues would get into the academy, pick it up, of outstanding teachers, and I'm thinking, I gotta go to their classes and see what they're talking, see what they're up to. I would visit their classes, I would scratch my head, I don't see it, but okay. Look, any person can be filled with self-loathing, and they can project their crap onto you. Now, the only thing you need to recognize is that it's their projection. It has nothing to do with you. Now, they cannot touch you, cannot touch your kids. If they do that, you got to take them out. But their projections know that it's theirs. That you're more than that. That you're beyond that. That you're life itself. And that's the way I'm going to go through this day. When I get off my bike and get myself together and plan my trip to my hometown of Cross, and I'm going to go through the rest of my day with a single belief. I'm filled with the energy of life. I am loved by this energy I'm calling life. Call it what you want. I am surrounded by this energy I'm calling life. I want to put myself in this story that Jesus and Christ talked about, and we call it the prodigal son. People forget that it's a story. He said, look, it's a parable. People say, well, it really happened. No, it didn't really happen. It's a story, it's a parable. He said, he's trying to explain life. He said, explain how life works. He said, it's like this. It's like this. It's like a man, it could be a woman too, who had it all. They got the talent in them. They got ability in them. They got possibility in them. And then they believe that they didn't. And then this person goes on a journey trying to find something, trying to find possibility, trying to find, plenty, trying to find prosperity. And then one day, this person comes to their senses and says, oh my gosh, I had it all the time. That's what Louis Armstrong discovered. But people were telling him, man, you can't sing. Listen to your voice. He just felt, I can sing. I want to sing. He said, I got to give expression to it. I got to give expression to what I feel. And by giving expression to how you feel, he put something into it. And by putting something into it, even though they tried to shield him behind a curtain, he was so irresistible because the Spirit was so powerful in him. They began to call him up. Oh, we got to see this man. Who is this trumpeter? Who is this singer? We got to see him. That's possible for you. Wherever you are, whoever you are. We're going to walk through life with the feeling of possibility. We're going to see possibility for our children. We're going to tell them we love them. I love you. I know somebody talk with them. When she talks to her children, she says, I love you, love you, love you. You're going to love it. She said, I love you, love you, love you. She was talking to her brother. She said, I love you, boy. You're going to love it. Go love on somebody. Show them that you're projecting something different. That you're connected to the higher power. Oh, this is the spin class of the Possibility Action Network. It's a monologue, but we're getting that heart rate up. We are moving. We are grooving. Yeah. You gotta love it. If you know someone today, come across someone today, spread a little love. When you see them, see that possibility. Just see that, they don't know their true identity. But I know it, and I see them in their true identity. I see them in their true identity. That's what I see. When you look at your children, I see them in their true identity. You see their possibility. That's what we're about. That's what the Possibility Action Network work about. Help me bring in 1,000 people who just associate. I don't want your money, but I will show you. It's a guarantee. We can create a recurring residual income of at least $1,000 a month. I believe that. I believe it's possible. I believe it's possible for some of us to get off of our blood pressure pills. I was talking to a guy just this week, he was telling me a couple of weeks ago, that that the doctor gave him a prescription because his blood pressure was over 200. He said he didn't want to take blood pressure medicine, so I guess he did a little research and found that garlic might help reduce his blood pressure. I called him up on Thursday and said, how's that thing working for you? He said, well, I went back to my doctor and took my blood pressure and said, whoa, your blood pressure's down. Oh boy, those pills must be working. Keep on going. He said he asked his wife, should I tell her that I'm not taking the pills? Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love that it's possible to take better care of our bodies. It's possible not to take all of the medicines we take. Now, don't get off your medicine. Don't get off of your blood pressure medicine or any medicine without consulting with your doctor. If you're going to come with a new plan, you let your doctor know that you're trying some new things. Whatever I tell you. And you have the same experience in your family. Before my mother passed away, she had a big tray of medicine. Sunday to Saturday, a huge tray. And I remember she would go to a doctor and take the tray with her, and the doctor said, these medicines don't work together. My gosh, I've heard doctors say, oh, that's bad medicine. That's a bad medicine. What are you doing going to taking that stuff? Look, doctors are great. Doctors are great. But there's some old school things that we can go to, back to, like garlic. Someone said, hey, garlic stinks. What have you been eating garlic? I think that's, well, if it's good for your health, isn't it worth it? Research it. Research the benefits of chewing fresh garlic. Research the benefits of drinking fresh celery juice. Research the benefits of drinking beet juice. And the other things that you can do for your body. The Possibility Action Network wants to join you in coming up with a lot of different things that we can consume to keep ourselves as healthy as possible. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy food sometimes. My older sister's celebrating her birthday this weekend, and I'm going to enjoy some good foods. What am I going to enjoy? You'll hear a little bit about my menu. We may take a few pictures, put it on Facebook. But I'm looking forward to enjoying some oxtails. Ooh, whoa. I'm looking forward to enjoying maybe a small piece of rib. There'll be fried chicken, fish. There'll be collard greens, macaroni and cheese, 15 beans in a pot. Whoa! I'm going to get a little bit, just a little bit. I won't get much. I won't tear it up as I used to do back in the day. I'll get just a little bit, You gotta love it. You love it? Do you think it's possible to discover who you truly are? When you hear the word, do you have the capacity to receive the word and take the word as your own? When he said, I'll never leave you. That's not about your mama, your daddy, your sister, or your brother, your cousin, your teacher, your preacher. He said, and this applies to whatever your religion is, by the way. It doesn't matter. But the words are, Spirit says, I will never leave you. Can you receive that? I will never leave you. Even if you think that I've departed, I'm not leaving. I will never leave you. I ain't going nowhere. Never leave you. Now, he didn't condition it. I'll never leave you if you do it. I'll never leave you if. So I'll never leave you. Then he continued. I will never forsake. You know what forsake means? To just dismiss, cast away, kick to the curb. I'll never forsake you. Keep grinding, keep spinning, keep stepping. Look, I want to be encouragement to myself first. I'm encouraging Stephen Middleton. Yes, I'm encouraging myself. I'll confess, I want to be an encouragement to you. If you're hearing my voice, I want to be an encouragement to you. And the word that I'm thinking down, that I've read said, I'll never forsake you. never cast you aside. And then the word said, yea, I will be with you always. Always. That's what I want you to walk around today with that understanding. I will be with you always. 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 Then it continued. We're going to quit in a moment. Starts going down. And then it added even until the end of the world. So what it's saying is that even if the world ends, I'm going to be right there. Even if something ends horrific in your life, I'm going to be right there. Even if there's, no matter what it is, I'm going to be there. And I want to walk around with that courage today. Walk around as if that's real in my experience today. I want to walk around as if I'm infused with that life today. And I'm encouraging you, those of you who are with the Possibility Action Network today, to walk around with that same sense. It's not really like a made to do, it's just an understanding. An understanding. That's what I want you to walk around with. That understanding. Okay. Pass the word. The Possibility Action Network is alive and well. We're launching the Possibility Action Hour on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. To get my Zoom login, and don't give it to anyone, give them my email address, let them ask for it. Send me an email, I am possibilityman@gmail.com with Possibility Hour in the subject. And I'll give you my login. You can call in by telephone, you can Zoom in with your video on, or you can Zoom in with your video off. You'll be able to ask questions, you'll be able to make comments, but we want to make it a full hour of possibility. We're going to bring in possibility thinkers in the area of health and fitness, in the area of emotional wellness, in the area of financial fitness, and we're going to bring in some people from time to time who would have a conversation with our children about how to empower them, how they can get an insight about their value, about their possibility, about how beautiful they are from the inside out, about how much they are loved and cared for. That's my mission. That's the way this organism is going to end its time on this planet. Making a difference for this one as best I can. And making a difference for those who may enter into my circle. And the Possibility Action Network was introduced for that very reason. So, help me bring in 1,000 people. Bring in 1,000. We're going to start making, and I don't want your money, by the way. I'm not selling your training program. This is about us, not about me. I just believe that it's possible. I believe that there's enough money out there for everybody. I will be a part of it. Spread the word. Okay, I've been on this bike for about 55 minutes or so. I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you for joining me today. Spread the word. The Possibility Action Network's Rise and Shine Spin Class with Possibility Man. Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Spread the word on your Facebook. Spread the word on your Facebook. Keep exercising during the week. That's all for me today. I'm going to let this music play out, cool down until it stops. musician is Tawan Holloway. Our first track of the Possibility Action Network Rise and Shine Spin class. Tawan Holloway.